I am Darkpool Algo, and thank you for joining me on another morning Watch This Building session. Today is Friday, October 15th, and if you haven't done your taxes, you got to get them in. I totally forgot to mention that on the title, which I probably should have. Today's tax day. So for anybody who went and got an extension, just make sure you get that stuff taken care of. We'd hate to have the IRS come after anyone, right? With that being said, all right, so that's working there. All right, going to do an audio check, audio check. All right, good morning. I'm Darkpool Algo. Today is Friday, October 15th, 2021. And I think the market's going to have a continuation day. Actually, what happened? Where'd my stuff go? So lame. Huh. Weird. Application's already running. Where is it running? Not seeing it. Well, I'm having some issues with this other machine over here, so I'm not going to let that mess with anything. What do we got here? All right. Let's get going. I apologize. I'm a little behind today. I've got 6, 7 other things going on. All right, cool. Good morning, Johnny. We're going to try to find some stocks and options that are going to have a continuation day today. I believe that that's probably what the market's going to do. Goldman Sachs has got earnings. Look at this. Oh my gosh, you could just throw money at Goldman Sachs and make it. The buying point would have been last week, right, at 372. 420 potential. Nice. So Goldman Sachs coming up on that $400 level. They do have earnings today, so it's going to be volatile. Don't be a sucker for Ivy Crush. I learned about Ivy Crush yesterday. It was kind of an expensive lesson, actually. I was in a Roku trade. What the heck? All right. All right. I was in a Roku trade, and Ivy Crush killed me. I learned about it the hard way. It's a real thing. So we're definitely going to look at that. I want to get into some news, some futures. And with that being said, Laz showed up. So with his permission, we'll get the stream going. Just kidding. Actually, let's get going with some news. And then we're going to look at some futures. And then we're going to get into the smart money, dark pool, and block trade algorithm software. Like this is it. It's provided by those traders over at Flow Trade. We're looking for divergences. Excuse me. Excuse me. We're looking for divergences from price action and the algorithm. We like to play in divergences. It's a good time. So if you have requests, make sure you get those put into the chat. If you're in the large caps chat, make sure you put them in that chat. That way I see them. And let's see. I know I'm restreaming out to the Bullish Bears channel today. I just need to make sure that y'all have the same opportunity to be able to, there we go, to be able to get your requests in, okay? That being said, I have not even done the news this morning, so we're going through this in real time, okay? All right, looking through, I'm trying to see if anything I recognize. Nothing really in technology and media, right? Let's see, DCT, Paragon, Inc. Johnson & Johnson announces that LTL Management, a newly created and separate subsidy established to hold and manage claims in the Cosmic Talc litigation, has filed for voluntary Chapter 11 bankruptcy. That's not good for them, right? You're going to start another company that you can bankrupt. Alex announced it's signed a definitive agreement to provide Boulder Surgical, a privately held U.S.-based company that provides advanced energy vessel sealing surgical devices, approximately $160 million. Moderna, adding to yesterday's gains after a panel of expert advisors in the U.S. unanimously voted on Thursday to recommend its booster shot for the COVID-19 in people ages 65 and over at high risk. So Moderna just got the nod from the Fed to provide that vaccine for, speaking of vaccines, for people over 65. I also watched something the other day about Ooh, I gotta find this. There is a symbol that has a oral COVID booster that they're using on children in India. And the video was really informative in that, hey, yeah, so they're still waiting for FDA approval, and they're supposed to have something like 100 million doses into 2022 when they're supposed to get the approval. But by that time, don't you think Moderna and Pfizer, the people that have already gotten vaccinated from Moderna and Pfizer, are going to stick with Moderna and Pfizer and aren't going to be like, oh, hey, I'm going to go ahead and, I've already got 2 shots. I'm just going to start taking a pill now. So there was a solid claim that there's not going to be a market for them, supply and demand. Like they're just going to, yes, they may get the approval to use it, but there's not going to be anybody there for them to use it with. I'll find that stock. We'll go over it. Okay. Discover Financial Services said credit card charge-outs rate 1.01 at September versus 1.14 at August. Credit card delinquency at 0.95 versus 0.92. That's bullish for them. Costs, secondary offering, space, negative 20%. Look at this. Bullish on space. Not anymore. Begins planned vehicle enhancement and modification period. Unit 23 test flight rescheduled to follow completion of this program. It says enhancement period of about 1 month later than anticipated, and commercial services now to commence in Q4. So they're like, hey, yeah, let's get people up in space, but we're not going to put them through, and we're going to keep putting it off. Boeing. All right, Boeing. Me and you got some talk. We have to talk today. Former chief technical pilot was charged with fraud on Thursday for deceiving federal regulators evaluating the company's 737 MAX jet, hindering the ability to protect the airline passengers and leaving pilots in the lurch. Can you believe that? Oh, Boeing. Why are you being shady, Boeing? That's what you get. So Boeing's probably going to rip off of that news since it's inverse to whatever the heck. Alcoa, another record quarter. Sun Country Airlines, never even heard of them. Napa Del Taco. What a great name, right? Taco restaurants beat earnings. Corsair. They cut forward-looking. Cuts their forward-looking output, right? So Corsair may go down today. All right, let's get into. There we go. We have earnings before the bell. Goldman Sachs, very important. PNC, Schwab. Those are the ones I'm going to be interested in. We have some events today. Empire Manufacturing. So Empire Manufacturing numbers just came out. I don't know what is going on with this machine over here, but it is seriously on my last nerve. All right. Apologize for that. Let's see. Import retail sales. So retail sales is coming out and manufacturing numbers. Coming out at 8:30. Keep an eye on that. Baker Hughes weekly rig count data at 1 p.m. Eastern. That'll affect crude. So be aware of that. And so basically we rose yesterday about 1.5% across the board, which is good. So we're looking for that continuation move today. Let's get into this. This isn't like, where to go? And Bitcoin. There we go. So this is the important news that I'm really trying to focus on real quick. All right, Bitcoin looking to end the week near its best level since May. It broke 60,000 last night, picking up momentum in October, and is up roughly 18,000 in the first 2 weeks of the month. $18,000. Yo, what can you do with 18,000? Overseas, European stocks are on pace for their best week in 7 months, while Japan's. Okay, so I can never say this word here, this Nikkei. We're just going to call it the Nikkei index, the Bay index. 225 closed at a 2-week high. The Nikkei, the Bay index jumped 517 points, 1.81% to settle at 29,000. Shanghai index rose 14 points. Hang Seng advanced 368, and the German DAX was up 0.25%. FTSE 0.3. So overseas markets did really well yesterday. We figured out how to pronounce the Japan Nikkei index. We're just going to call it the Nikkei index, or we'll refer to the Bay index because it's very important. It is. It's very, very important. It's probably one of the most important indexes to pay attention to because it can show what's happening before it really influences the U.S., right? All right, NASDAQ, 1.73%. Fear continues to disappear as the VIX closed down. Oh, sorry, VIX. We will see you later. Actually, don't get sucked into getting overconfident because remember, tapering is going to begin. It's probably going to be in a little bit of an announcement next week. And yeah. All right. So there was something else in here. The dollar. All right. The dollar paired losses while commodities and precious metals gained, which is weird because gold was up, right? When it was all over, the S&P closed up 1.7% for its biggest gain in 7 months, right? Yeah, yesterday was rocking, except for Roku, whatever. All right, that's it for the news. I typically try to get this posted over in the group. We'll get it over here. So I'm definitely going to be looking at Boeing and yeah, we'll just stick with Boeing for now. All right, morning updates. And Goldman Sachs. Don't forget about those two. So Boeing and Goldman Sachs definitely going to influence the market today. All right. I just restarted my machine over there. All right, we're going to get into some futures real quick. I wonder the best way to do this is this way, probably. I know it looks like a smorgasbord. You'll be all right. Promise. We'll get it cleaned up in a second. Morning, morning, morning. Morning, Laz. Morning, Terry. Morning, Anthony. Lizette, Johnny. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for showing up this morning. Appreciate it. All right. I know this is a little sneak peek into what something I'm doing here. I'm going to try to get this ready for production next week. Basically, ES, NQ, Russell, and YM are all moving up this morning. Hopefully we don't gap up too much because we could gap, pull back, and move to the upside, right? We'll get that. I'll get this one flushed out a little bit more for the weekend, over the weekend, and that's the triple AA internal. There we go. This is the one y'all are used to seeing, right? Here we go. Remember the overall premise, if this bottom row is down, this top row should be up, right? So the ES, this is a nice move, right? Just steady melting up, steady melting up. All right. I don't think we're going to get a massive sell-off, but we could get a potential pullback to previous support. Key level for ES, I'm going to watch the 4440. Below that, we've got 4408. I don't think we're going to hit 4400. I think we may, if we do pull back, 4408 or potentially this low here, 4420. The YM, nice, just solid move. I don't like super gappy futures overnight. Very rarely do we see this rally and continuation on. It's usually gap and pullback. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye on it. YM is going to trying to hit that 35039 with support at 34644. The NQ, right? 14968. If we pull back, that's support. Kind of getting a little bit of a rounding up here at the top. And look at the Russell. Look at the little baby Russell go, right? Probably one of the best recoveries that I've seen. I've got trendline support coming in at 2757, excuse me, 2275. Look for pullbacks. So hopefully we get some pullbacks. I think those numbers came out and they're probably better than expected. Gold continues to sell off, which we like to see. Crude is on a steady incline. See this crude chart right here where we rally pre-market and then sell off? That's what we may look at today for pullback and then a continuation higher. It's all about the continuation. Bonds are chopping. I'd prefer bonds to go ahead and continue to fall to the downside. That would be good, strong for ES. If you're looking at equities, look at TLT and SPY. So if TLT is down, SPY should be up. Usually they run inverse to each other, so just keep that in mind. Look at the yen. Oh, the yen's coming down here. It is consolidating. So I don't know if we see continued sell-off or if we may see a little bit of pump or a little bit of rally at the morning or at the open. So ES daily top is coming up. When we hit that daily top on the ES, look for pullback. So while yesterday was a great day, don't get comfortable and lose your seat at the table. All right, so it looks like Goldman Sachs numbers came out. Not yet, but it's rallying. I like Goldman Sachs above 402 to go long. Yeah, over 401. And BA should be taking a, like, BA should be hurting off of that news. But of course it's not. It's probably going to rally because any news on BA is good news. All right, if you're going to look, BA owes me money. I think it owes me more money now. I'm looking at BA above 222. 222, 223, 226, 230. Contrarian, we break 217.50, and we come and test some of these previous lows. The reason I think BA is going to rip is because look at this failed little slingshot squeeze. It's been in consolidation. Got a radiating fire mid-buy signal. That's bullish. This is a 15-minute chart. We're trading at about 1 ATR at 218. We've got point of control coming in at 218.57. Above that, really above 219, I think we start getting super loopy. Oh, where's my drawing tools? Got to get the drawing tools back. There. I mean, though, look at this downtrend. Like, it's just down, pop down. So we'll keep an eye on BA. All right. What you see in front of you is the smart money dark pool and block trade algorithm software. It's provided by those traders at Flow Trade. Thank y'all so much. Anybody knows any bangs out there? Hook me up. Oops, spilt a little bit. Sorry. This is the smart money dark pool and block trade algorithm. The white bars are price action. Purple is the regular algorithm. If you see me drawing red lines across the screen, that is regular block trades. If I draw some blue lines across the screen, those are dark pool block trades. If I draw a white line, you know what happens. Dropping white lines on the... Just kidding. Just kidding. That's a shout out to Laz, and it's an inside joke. But in all seriousness, though, a white line represents a dark pool and a regular block trade that have printed at approximately the same level that I can't separate out into two separate lines. Those are major areas of influx, support, resistance, areas of confluence, and areas of importance to pay attention to. If you see me draw a white line on the screen, I would highly recommend that you go ahead and pull up that chart, drop a price line across it, label it white line support resistance, or however you want to do it. You can call it the Tony Montana line, whatever you want. Just know that that is going to be a major area of importance. Okay. 1 second. All right. That guy. Come on. One day I'll have to bring the camera back so you can see the command center that I have set up here. I've got command center here. I've got command center here. Got one up there. Yeah, I'm trying to consolidate it. I came across this. So when I was traveling last week, right? I have to take a laptop with me, and I came across this 3K portable monitor for like 150 bucks. Dude, 3K portable monitor that's 17 inches. I slap that in my phone and watch videos the whole time. It was a maze. All right. Morning party time. Yeah. Hey, I was looking at TTWO earlier. Yes. Okay. Uh, these are the 4 that I found. If you've got the requests, we will check those out. AMT, right? I think this is American. I don't know what AMT is. A little bit of bullish divergence. I like this little rounding bottom. Nice pop yesterday. The algo is in an uptrend, right? As long as it can maintain its uptrend, super happy about that. It has an inflection point. Look for the algo to curl around and continue to pull price action up with it. Price action is running into some previous areas of resistance right now, so keep that in mind. Look, uptrending, right? Algo needs to curl around and bounce back up to the upside. Holy rip. Oh my. All right, let me just do this real quick. Sorry, I'm jumping back to futures for a moment because it's important to see how whatever news came out had the market rally. The Russell's coming up to its weekly pivot at 22.95, right? NQ, continue. So this pop that you see here, look for a pullback to support and then possible continuation to the upside. So we're going to look at how to play that here in a moment. Let me get through the equities, okay? So AMT, look for the algo to bounce off of that level there. As far as price action is concerned, we're coming up on previous overhead resistance, and we're at support. So while we are channel trading, right, this could be a nice bull flag breakout, right? I'm not going to draw the flag on there, but you can definitely see it. I'm not super concerned about this little gap, right? Even though a gap must be marked, like you have to know that there's a gap there. So if things do go bad, look for that gap to be filled. However, we're looking for a break of previous overhead resistance for continuation onto the upside. Pretty easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, that's AMT. Am I doing on time? All right, I'm doing pretty good on time. What I don't like is I think there's a bar up there at 269.50. I might have to change this chart up a little bit. We do have positively stacked moving averages, 8, 21, 34, 50, 200, right? Nice rally yesterday into consolidation, right? We break out of that consolidation. We've got a red directional SMA line guiding us. Oh, this is why. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. There we go. And by the way, I switched this up to the 4-hour chart. I just wasn't getting enough movement off of the daily. If you want me to throw a daily chart up, I can still do that. But I think the 4-hour will give us a little bit better movement. As you can see, we've been range bound, 260 to 270, basically that range. This giant candle right here has been, look at the inside movement all in that candle. Well, I think we finally broke above it yesterday, right? So we broke above the 50, trading at 2 ATR. If we pull back and test, right, we can definitely pull back and test 267. I'll just call it 268, right? Pulling back to test 268 would be really just a reversion to the 21. We've got, look at this gorgeous 50-day crossover of the 200, right? So this is the positives. We have a 4-hour Ttm squeeze that is released. So look for continuation to the upside with this, off of the squeeze. We've got pretty significant defined range from 269 to 271, right? Above this 271 level, I think, right, based on this consolidation, I think we get a larger move to the upside. So we have to take out last Friday's highs. I think, it has a tendency to run on Fridays too. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is a gorgeous setup, right? Technically, this looks great. Ttm squeeze about to release on the 15-minute chart. About to get a 15-minute MACD crossover. Stack positive moving averages. right? We have pretty solid Elliott wave move here. Right? Pretty solid move. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this could be the 3. Don't crucify me because the Elliott wave isn't 100% on. Okay. Just keep just see it for what it is. Okay. What I'm saying is that it's a bull flag breakout rally to previous highs. Okay. That's AMT. AMAT, the next one, not to be confused with AMT. This is Applied Materials. Nice strong moves to the upside. The Algo was chopping for the last week. We finally got a nice solid move to the upside. We're consolidating at this point. The Algo ran into... All right, I'm going to draw this. I'm going to show you. Like, I really want y'all to realize algorithm interacts with key levels. Okay, so Algo is continuing its little rising wedge, right? It ran into previous, look at this, see this little line, all right? See this dip in price action right here, right? Watch what happens. Boom, sucker. The algo smacked into it, right? So you'd like the algorithm to curl back around and break through that overhead resistance, right? We've got a little bit of, right? There's a little gap right there, so we need to get up and over that. Currently, nice strong uptrend. To flag, look for the breakout. We have regular block trade support at 161.62, right? Below that, 127.55. So if we break down, or if we break our upward trend line support, we can definitely come back down and test this 127.55 level. However, I feel like if we can get above, right, if we can break out of this consolidation area, I think we can easily come over and take out, or at least test that previous high. Right above that, look at this channel that's just been created. Nice, strong trading channel from previous high to gap low. And this was AMAT. All right, looks like futures are starting to pull back a teeny bit. Look at this nice, strong, bullish continuation, right? We are on the 4-hour coming up to test the 200. So really, if we get above 130, I'm just going to call it 134, above 134, and oh man, look for that pullback to back test that area, and then like this is trend reversal at that point. Okay. All right, look at this massive bar right here. I'm going to get my technical terms on point, but this bar is super important, right? Okay, I'll figure out what the name is. Excuse me, what the name of it is. We do have a supply zone up here as well. Right, little supply zone, overhead resistance of the 200 SMA. If we can thrust through that, then I think we can go long. I may have this on the list for next week as well, just because it's coming up to an intersection where it's got to make some decisions. It's got a lot. I mean, it's got a lot of movement already. Could be looking for a little bit of exhaustion, so pull back to support for continuation out into November, right? Excuse me. Stack positive moving average is 821.34.50 is above the 200. Look what happens when the 50 crosses a 200. People bull flag breakout long, right? Larger than expected move. You could play that one pattern, that bull flag breakout. That's all you need. All right, so TTM Squeeze is consolidating while positive. This long-term TTM Squeeze released back on the 14th. We'll usually get 8 to 10 periods of the squeeze firing off before it reverses. So we're in 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're about halfway through it. So let's just keep an eye on it. Right. Pretty solid move here. 133.85 is a 200. This is the 4-hour 200 SMA. Done. We have VWAP support coming in at 132.15. I want to be alerted if we touch that line. All right, that was AMAT. Good morning. All right, welcome. FISV, I like this stock. This is not a Wu-Tang reversal because we made a lower low. The Wu-Tang goes, pull back, higher high, pull back, higher low, rally. This is nice, strong, bullish uptrend. I like this algo curling up here at this previous highs, right? So let's show what that looks like. We have overhead resistance of a regular block trade coming in at 108.31. 108.31, right? Algo uptrend. Curling. And this is, it's pretty vertical, so just be aware of that. We have regular block trade resistance at 108.31, first target. If we get above that, look for a back test for continuation onto the upside. At some point, this little gap down here is going to have to be filled. So if we reject off of this regular block trade level, or these previous lows, right? So close. If we reject this level and pull back, just know that there's a gap that's going to have to be filled all the way back down at like 105-ish area. So I'd like to see it rally through it, pull back for support, and continuation onto the upside. What am I doing on time here? All right, I got to get a little bit more of a move on. Okay. So the stock kind of cleaned itself up a little bit, right? Nice little cup and handle forming there. Look at that massive move, right? It's only a $2 move. We closed above the 50 for the first time in last 5 days. Closed above the 50. Our ATR bands are kind of pointed down, but they're kind of squeezing. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this one. I don't like how wicky this thing is. Wow, that's a massive wick. Right. Well, scale. It's all about scale, I guess. This is only really a $1.50 move. Okay. So we broke above the 50 for the first time in a little while. We're using that as support right now. We have the 200 SMA overhead at 111.50. 111.50 is the 4-hour 200 SMA. Guess I should just make that red, right? We have previous highs of 110.50, right? Nice rally up yesterday. Stack positive moving averages, 821.34.50. The 50 is not above the 200 yet, but price action is. We may consolidate here for a little bit and allow that 50 to cross over the 200, right? So I may put a pin in this one till next week, but pretty decent setup so far. This Ttm Squeeze, Slingshot Squeeze releasing off the 4-hour could be what it takes to get us back above, or to bring that 50 up above the 200. So as far as targets go, and 110 with support at 107. Yeah, I think there's probably a better play out there. Futu. So I have Futu on here because it sold off of some bad news, rallied, pullback. Like, this is a very strong stock, regardless of the crappy news that came out over it. Look at this Wu-Tang reversal the Algo did. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like, and then we will continue on. I will get through your requests, and everybody will have a great day. Right? Okay, so currently the Algo is making higher highs and higher lows. We're looking for this little wedge breakout. It did the 1, 2, 3, right? Rally up. That's the Wu-Tang reversal right there. Look for the algorithm to bounce off of this level. We have a massive gap that we want to fill. All right, that gap's the target. On the breakout, we have overhead regular block trade resistance coming in at 77.04 and an upside target of 87.05. Right? Said we need to get back in this little range right here and we can move to the upside. That's Futu. All right, so it looks like futures pulled back just a little bit. Sorry, I'm gonna just gotta take care of one thing over here real quick. Okay. All right, so Futu sold off, sold off, sold off. Yes, it is below the red directional 200 SMA, so we could play that rally to that at 80 and then look for the continuation move to the downside. We are currently below point of control for the highest volume on the 4-hour, so we have a lot of overhead resistance, right? This is a very negative technical looking stock, so anything to the upside will be purely momentum, right? There's obviously some downside plays. There's your overhead resistance. And yeah, so if we wanted to play the upside, right, we could play to that. Right, there's a supply zone way up here at 82. So I think this is a discount. This stock used to trade at like 150, 200, like 180, sorry. And it's at 70, so discount. But be aware, don't try to catch the bottom. Just wait for the reversal pattern. Right? Look for the close above the 50 on the 15-minute or the 200 on the 15-minute, right? Which is 79. It can move a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, this stock can move $10, $12 in a day. So just keep an eye out on it. Okay. All right. I'm going to jump into your request now. Here we go. Goldman Sachs, Nvidia, Netflix, Twitter, Apple, TTO. Okay. Ooh, I got to be quick. Goldman Sachs, Nvidia, Netflix, Twitter. All right. What do we got going on here? Goldman Sachs with the curling up. Like, this is a earnings play, so I don't typically play those because of the volatility. We have dark pool resistance 392.10. That's your dark pool level. It's your support and resistance for the dark pool. The algo, it's curling up. Watch this area here. Price action is uptrending. So I don't want to really give any guidance, but it's a good technical setup. Watch for the IV crush. Earnings probably came out by now. Yeah, earnings came out. They probably beat, but look at how that rally came right back down to the 618 retracement. Okay. All right, Nvidia. This is the algo's trading with price action. Strong uptrend. We have dark pool levels at 216.62. Those are the new ones. 216.62 and 216.20. Those are the most recent dark pool levels. Those are your that's your support level. There's a gap that needs to be filled. I don't know if it's kind of going to be kind of hard to draw it on this chart here, but there's this, there's a gap over here that needs to be filled. Right, that channel right there, super bullish channel. Okay, regular block trade support all the way down at 212.74. Moving on to Netflix. This is just trading with the algorithm. Dark pool support is 624. Last time I looked at Netflix, it's at 500. I just don't play Netflix very often. 624.60 is dark pool support. Algo's trading with price action. Little uptrend into overhead resistance. Netflix likes to pin on Fridays, so look at your open interest in your options. Find the number that's got the most contracts on both sides, and that's your pinning area. Twitter, rounding bottom, kind of consolidating. The algo broke out of its consolidation, back tested it, and now it's continuing to try to move to the upside. We have some white line support resistance, very important areas for Twitter, 6402, right? The white line for Twitter is at 6402. We have regular block trade resistance at 6360, support at 6294. So there's a little range there. What I'd like to see happen with the algorithm is, right, we need this algo to, right, try to get over its previous resistance, back test it. Looks like it's kind of doing a pretty good job. Look for that breakout. Price action is, as you can see it, wedge breakout. So 64 is key level for Twitter. Above that, I think we start to get real loosey-goosey and move real like butter. There it is, 63.50. So over the last couple days, yesterday we had the 50-200 crossover, right? Super bullish. Massive Ttm squeeze here, waiting for the 4-hour to release to the upside. So positive increasing MACD, Ttm squeeze release, golden crossover on the 15, Ttm squeeze consolidation, 821.34.50 above the 200. VWAP is at 63.25. We have a $63 resistance here, right? It was the target and it's now resistance. Point of control coming in at 63.85. Right, so basically we take out this little supply zone here. Right, chia. We get rid of that guy. And I think we get super comfortable. Now, is that all-time highs? Nah. So we do have room above point of control from 64. It's got 68. There's a $4 move there. Yeah, I'm liking Twitter. I'll keep it on my list. Okay. All right, that's it. Oh, TTO and RTX, Redfin. All right, I got to go through these really quickly. TTWO. Oh, crap. You know what? I forgot to do. I forgot to shut this down. Sorry. Apologies. All right, hopefully that killed it. All right, TTO. RTX. Oh, I gotta get. One second here. Do RTX. How do I turn this